Yes, folks. Why is the Israel Folau verdict taking so long? Now, I have a theory on this, and it may be wishful thinking, but I think the tables are turning on Australian rugby. They've backed themselves into a corner. They've put political correctness ahead of free speech and rugby itself, and I think the penny is finally starting to drop. So I think they're simply waiting until the dust settles a bit, and then they'll simply give Israel Folau a slap on the wrist. Have a listen to Jason Morrison.
An extraordinary amount, because I can feel this turning as we're speaking. There's a sense about, look, all of this, we're going to bring a bloke's career to an end for this. And I think that's kind of where this hovers right now.
Yeah, I wonder if the goodwill not only is going, but largely has gone. I mean, rugby in Australia, it's true, it's not a huge sport, and it struggles along with a number of other sports. But the thing is, they've got Qantas on side, and Qantas has pulled the strings here. Qantas behind the scenes has been hugely influential, and I reckon that's wrong.
Look, we opened a brand new stadium in Sydney a handful of weeks ago. It was, built for sport on a rectangular field. It was a perfect opportunity for the fans to show in the heart of Western Sydney how much they care about this sport, and they could pull 10,000 people to it for a rugby match. The people are voting with their feet, they're voting with their remote controls, they're switching the game off, they're staying away from the game, and that's before all of this. Now, I look and you think, okay, and who wins out of all of this? It's turned into essentially a staff room, boardroom battle that is now played out across and shadows the entire game now. And if you can't pull a crowd to a rugby game in the heart of Sydney in a brand new stadium for a showcase event, already you've got a drama. Then you do this to yourself, and you have somebody who is, a master player, who is fantastic to watch, who has name recognition beyond the game itself. He's a multi-code player in Australia, and they have managed to find a way to destroy all of this, and at the very same time demonstrated that they too have been sucked into the very thing that is polarising people in your country and my country. This kind of standover motherhood, pointing at you what you can and can't do, kind of nanny state environment. And I think it really is going to just take this to another level.
And they won't mind.
They probably felt that when they initiated it.
Yes, and this is the small group of shouty, and there's a small group of shouty individuals who dominate these social media platforms, yep. And they demand that their principles are your principles. Now, if your principles are not their principles, they go after you. They're bully boys and bully girls, and they will not stop until they get their victim lynched publicly, effectively. And we've seen these people. The horrid individuals, and they've got Israel Folau. They've got him, and Qantas, to their shame, backed into this.
Yeah. Well, they'll be running around on the field with their logo on the jersey, a proud jersey that should be one of a unification in this country, and no one will give a rat's, because they're going to be having a second-rate team on the field, minus a star player, minus someone who actually people want to go and see play.
He's your only star player. Who else have you got?
These people don't give a damn about his religious view.
You've got no one.
Well, and let's challenge the average Aussie at the moment. You talk about rugby status in Australia. I was trying to be kind once. I think I said it's like a third tier. I mean, there's probably a few more down from that. You've got to go a long way to find people who will queue up to buy tickets to see Australian rugby. There aren't people out there wanting to do it. And even if they pick small fields, they can't fill the crowd. They've got a huge problem. And now they've got a bigger one, because there's a whole lot of people that are really pissed off about this and are looking at it saying, why'd you have to bring this into it? We just want the sport. We just want to see the action. We actually sort of don't care about all of this stuff. And for the...
Yes, exactly. Australians don't care about the PC nonsense. And I think Australian rugby and Qantas are finally figuring it out. Australians are not going to buy a Rugby World Cup tickets, and they're definitely not going to fly to Japan on Qantas. Now folks, I think there's something more important than rugby going on here. I think Israel Folau has actually put Christianity back on the map. Now I'm not a religious person, but I will side with Christianity over Islam the gay agenda and these left-wing thugs who want to destroy it any day. Now, Israel Folau is the only person I've seen who's standing up for Christianity. I haven't seen anyone like him in a long, long time, and he must be respected for it. Have a look at this.
Israel Folau is standing by his beliefs after a code of conduct hearing ruled he did commit a high-level breach of Rugby Australia's code of conduct. Stella Todorovic reports from Rugby headquarters in Sydney.
A defiant Israel Folau reportedly told last weekend's Code of Conduct hearing he won't change and will continue to post his beliefs on social media. It's also been revealed the fullback had been offered multiple opportunities to guarantee he wouldn't make similar posts in the future. An unrepentant Folau was unable to make that promise despite the risk it poses to his $4 million contract with Rugby Australia.
Yes, folks. Now, who would do that? This guy's got guts. He is really standing up for Christianity, and he must be respected for that. Now, folks, let's compare Israel Folau with our dear leader Jacinda Ardern and how she is standing up for Christianity.
To Muslim faith, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the believers in their mutual kindness, compassion and sympathy are just like one body. When any part of the body suffers, the whole body feels pain. New Zealand mourns with you. We are one.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Wow. Now let's compare Israel with our left-wing Pope.
Some controversial comments from Pope Francis this morning. He says the Roman Catholic Church should apologize to gays for the way it has treated them. He told reporters the church has no right to judge the gay community and should show it respect.
Wow, need I say more? Yes, folks, Israel Folau is doing a lot for us now around the world right now. He's doing a heap for Christianity right around the world right now. And I really, really hope, excuse me folks, I really, really hope he wins, because if he doesn't, Australia can kiss rugby goodbye.